Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Lead. Today we will be talking about another problem of merging two linked lists. This problem has been asked multiple times in various organizations. So let's go ahead and talk about the problem and its solution. The problem goes like this. Like we are given the heads of two sorted linked lists. Just keep in mind these linked lists are basically sorted. We need to merge these two linked lists into one sorted list, and this list should be made by splicing together the nodes of the first two lists. So basically we should not create any new linked list, but instead we should splice together the two linked lists and then create a new linked list. Now, what is the problem here? I'll just try to explain it in an easier way. Let's say I have a linked list 1, okay, and it is like 1, 3 and 5, and then another I have a linked list 2 which goes like 1, 2 and 7. Okay, for example, now these are two different linked lists. Okay, now consider this. What we will do is we will take a linked list, okay, and instead we will start off by creating or attaching a dummy node to this linked list. Now, what is a dummy node? Dummy node is nothing but you can consider it as a starting point we generally create for any linked list to in this to avoid any edge cases. By what edge cases I mean is, let's say if I don't have the dummy node, okay, now if I start attaching the elements of these linked list into this linked list by splicing together, in that case, my very first step would be to check that if my linked list is empty, I will have to write a logic to create the first element of the linked list. So it's an extra step which I'll have to take care. जो मुझे टेक केयर करना पड़ेगा. सो एक्चुअली अगर लिंक लिस्ट मेरी पूरी एम्प्टी रहेगी तो मुझे मेक श्योर करना पड़ेगा कि मेरी लिंक लिस्ट एम्प्टी ना हो. उसके लिए पहले मुझे एक नोड क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा. टू अवॉइड दैट, ये एज केस अवॉइड करने के लिए हम क्या कहते हैं, वी स्टार्ट ऑफ बाई क्रिएटिंग अ डमी नोड. ओके, डमी नोड इज जस्ट अ स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट काइंड ऑफ. ओके, वंस वी हैव द डमी नोड, नाउ व्हाट वी विल डू इज we'll create two pointers. The first pointer will point to the first element of linked list 1. The second pointer will point to the first element of linked list 2. Now we will start the comparison. We'll compare the first element of the first linked list and the first element of the second linked list. So in this case, both the elements are same. So we can take any particular element from any linked list and we can add it. Let's say I take the first linked list. I add 1 here. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll shift this pointer. Since this element is consumed, I'll shift my pointer to the next element of the first linked list. Now I'll do a comparison with 3 and 1. Since now 1 is smaller, I'll insert this here. Okay. Now next step would be to move this pointer to this the second element of the second linked list. Keep in mind these two elements now have been consumed. Now the pointer is at 3 and 2. So in that case, I'll do the comparison. Comparison shows that 2 is smaller. So what I'll do is I'll attach 2 here now, and I'll go ahead and I'll move this pointer to the next element. Okay, now I'll do a comparison between 3 and 7. From 3 and 7, 3 is smaller. So I'll attach 3 here, move the pointer, the first pointer, to the third element, and now these 4 elements have been consumed. Now from 5 and 7, 5 is smaller. So I'll attach 5 here. I'll move this pointer to the end or a blank space. Now just keep in mind this is the 7, my second pointer is at 7 of the second linked list, or the last element of the second linked list, and this is at the end. Now this is we got lucky, and this is a very simple case. In that case, what we'll do is, if the the element one pointer points at a blank or the end of a linked list, what we can do is we can simply take the other element and attach it at the end. What if, for example, there were several other elements in this linked list? For example, let's say 8, 9. Remember, this is a a sorted linked list. So in that case, what my logic would be is, whenever जब भी मेरा pointer किसी blank एंड पे आके या सारे एलिमेंट को क्रॉस करके एंड पे पॉइंट करता है, इन दैट केस व्हाट आई कैन डू इज सिंपली आई कैन टेक ऑल द रिमेनिंग एलिमेंट्स एंड प्लेस इट एट द नेक्स्ट नोड एज सच into the linked list. For example, 7, 8 and 9. I don't need to check the logic. I can simply do this, and in the end this pointer would also come at the end. So this is the logic how I can do it. Let's go ahead and implement this using Python. Talking about the implementation of this problem using Python, we'll take up a solution which has O and time complexity and big O of 1 space complexity. Okay, so I'm using this particular lead code editor only because it has the list node class implemented in the backend. So instead of using our preferred Jupyter notebook, I'll be using the particular online Python editor of lead code itself. So now how do we implement this? As you can see, आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे list 1, list 2 दो list node ले रहा है, and it is returning another spliced up list node. Now what we can do is, let's say we take a variable current is equal to dummy is equal to, we call the list node class. Okay, now after this we need to check. We'll start off by checking that none of the two linked lists are empty, while list 1 and list 2. Okay, in that case what we'll do is, if list 1 dot val is equal to list 2 dot val, okay, what will happen is current dot next is equal to list 1. Now, and also list 1 comma cur equals to list 1 dot next comma list 1. Okay, what we are doing is here is, हम यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं, हम list 1 की पहली वैल्यू उठा रहे हैं, list 2 की पहली वैल्यू, पहली लूप की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, पहली वैल्यू हमने उठाई लिस्ट 1 की, पहली वैल्यू उठाई लिस्ट 2 की, कंपेयर किया, अगर लिस्ट 1 की पहली वैल्यू इज स्मॉलर देन लिस्ट 2 की पहली वैल्यू से, तो जो हम करंट डॉट नेक्स्ट है, ठीक है, इस पर्टिकुलर जो हमने डमी नोड क्रिएट किया था, इसका नेक्स्ट एलिमेंट लिस्ट 1 की जो वैल्यू थी उसको असाइन कर देंगे, और सेकेंड उसके बाद क्या करेंगे, इट इज करंट, उसके बाद हम क्या करेंगे, लिस्ट 1 जो है उसको क्या असाइन कर देंगे, लिस्ट 1 डॉट नेक्स्ट, फर्स्ट लिस्ट की नेक्स्ट वैल्यू थी वो पॉइंटर उठ के नेक्स्ट वैल्यू पे चला जाएगा, और करंट जो हमारा वेरिएबल है उसको लिस्ट 1 असाइन हो जाएगा, जो लिस्ट 1 की वैल्यू थी वो असाइन हो जाएगी. ओके, इसके बाद जब दूसरा केस क्या बनता है कि अगर लिस्ट 1 का मतलब पहले लिंक लिस्ट का एलिमेंट अगर छोटा नहीं है with the element compared to the element of the linked list 2, if linked list 2 element is smaller and linked list 1 element is larger, in that case we can just write a else loop, and it will be just opposite of this. Okay, I'll copy paste. For example, I'll just directly copy paste from here. Okay, I can just change the elements, list 2, this will be list 2, and this will be again list 2. Okay, so this will happen. And once we are done with the comparison, there is the case, there is the edge case. Basically edge case में क्या होगा कि अगर लिस्ट 1, लिंक लिस्ट 1 या लिंक लिस्ट 2 में से कोई एक लिंक लिस्ट एम्प्टी होती है, इफ हम यहाँ पे क्या चेक कर रहे हैं, इफ लिस्ट 1 और लिस्ट 2, ठीक है, इन दोनों में से कोई भी एम्प्टी हुई तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं, करंट डॉट नेक्स्ट इक्वल्स टू लिस्ट 1 इफ लिस्ट 1 और लिस्ट 2। सो हमने बेसिकली इस वाले में क्या किया कि हमने चेक किया अगर लिस्ट 1 या लिस्ट 2 में से कोई भी एम्प्टी है तो जो हम नॉन एम्प्टी लिस्ट को उठाएंगे जो कि नॉन एम्प्टी लिस्ट है और डायरेक्टली जो हमने डमी नोड क्रिएट किया था उसके आगे जोड़ देंगे, ठीक है, उसके आगे लिस्ट में ऐड ऑन कर देंगे। हमें कंपैरिजन की कोई ज़रूरत ही नहीं है। विल डायरेक्टली टेक अप द नॉन एम्प्टी लिस्ट, नॉन एम्प्टी लिंक लिस्ट and attach it to the next node, starting from the next node of the dummy node which we created. Okay, and after this, as simple as that, what we can do is we can return dummy dot next. Okay, now if I run this, so yeah, this is the solution for this particular problem, and I'll be back with another episode. Thank you so much.